friends, welcome back to the Parenting Epilepsy podcast. I'm so glad you're here today. If you are listening to this episode, there's a good chance that you're a parent who's been giving your all to your child and your family, whether emotionally, physically, mentally, just to care for everyone, but specifically your child with special needs. And excuse me, if you're anything like me, you probably have told yourself, I'll rest later. I just need to get through this week or this day or this appointment. But here's the truth. Taking care of yourself is not optional. It's survival, it's strength, and it's love for both you and your child. So I want to start by naming something that's just real for so many of us, and that's burnout. It doesn't always show up as a total collapse, thankfully. Sometimes it's snapping at your spouse or your partner, forgetting small things, or feeling completely disconnected from the joy that you used to have. So I want to remind you, you are not broken. You're exhausted. And it makes sense. You are carrying so much, but you deserve support too. So when we hear about self-care, we think about, as I've said in, I think it was on my Instagram page, going for a massage, or you might think about bubble baths and candles, or, there's a whole host of things that you can think of that sound wonderful and that go along with self-care. But for special needs parents, it often can look very different. It could be just sitting in silence in your car for 5 minutes after you drop off your child at school and just collecting yourself, getting yourself ready for the upcoming day. It could be texting a friend who understands what you're experiencing or going through at that time. And it can also be saying no to maybe something that you have coming up that doesn't just, either whether it doesn't fit into your schedule or doesn't align with what you have going on and what you need to focus on at that time. So the small things do add up. I think another big part of this is guilt. Guilt is something that every parent, frankly, deals with. But for special needs parents, they feel it on a different level. The moment we do something either for ourselves or maybe for someone else that it doesn't have to do with our child, we will start to sometimes feel like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Why am I taking care of myself? I should be focusing on them. I should be doing this. I should be calling this doctor. I should be, the list goes on and on and on. But what I've been personally reminding myself is when I take care of me, I, as the mother and wife of my family, am modeling what it looks like to live fully, and I'm showing my child and my other children that their needs matter, and so do mine. And that in order for me to be the best version of myself, I need self-care, and that means sleep, eating healthy, working out, all of the things that matter in taking care of myself. So in terms of when we think about connection and support, because that's a big piece of this, we weren't meant to do this alone. I think it's so important to find our people, which can sound a little contradictory to what I was just talking about because, there's only so much time. But really, this is so incredibly important. It's important that, the people maybe that you were really close with before your child's diagnosis, you can still be close with them, but the relationships may change or evolve. You always will have your really close friends, but what I'm saying is it's when you're in the thick of this, it's very important to find your people, whether it's a local support group, an online community, or a trusted friend who just listens without feeling the need to fix all of your problems, because that's so important. Even a short conversation can lift a lot of weight off of you. So I think, it's so important to talk to people. Just going for a walk with a friend and maybe just, hey, I need to vent for a minute. Can I just let you know what's going on, and talk through that? It's so important. So ask for help. I know hands up, both hands, fully guilty of not wanting to ask for help. I'm getting better at it. That's all that matters. All we can do is work to improve ourselves. None of us are perfect. As I tell myself, my children, my husband, almost every day. It's okay. It's okay to accept it. And I think, at least for me, the hardest part is when accepting that help, you have to be okay that that person may not respond the way you want to, or they may not do the things exactly as you want them done. But that's not the point. The point is that you are getting the help and support, and something is being taken off of your plate. That is the goal. That's what matters. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. So I think a few, takeaways from this are, just there's a few small ways that you can refill your cup every week. And I truly mean that, like throughout the week. So you can have a small or a short, 5-minute self-care list that works for you. Things that calm you, ground you. Schedule a short break every day. If it's 20 minutes a day, just think about how those 20 minutes will make you feel if you were able to go out, even if it's 3 days a week, 4 days a week, and take just a walk around your neighborhood or around a calming, forest preserve or a lake, something that relaxes you, and do that just a few times a week. Just see the difference in how you feel. The other one I was going to say, so I mentioned, sorry, I have my notes here I'm looking at. Schedule a short break, even if it's just sitting in the sun, sipping your coffee in silence. Very simple. I think that's the point. Make it easy and make it something you enjoy, because that's the purpose of it. Check in with yourself once a week. How am I really doing? Journal. I'm horrible at this. I'm trying so hard to journal consistently just to get my thoughts out and different areas that I want to work on. And then also things I want to work on with my children and my husband, and, just all these things that I want to do. But really, when it comes back down to this specifically, do something that is calming for you and check in with yourself once a week. And then simplify something. So you could meal plan. You could make a new routine, a new schedule. I am always adjusting I can't even say our routine. It's more of my routine and how the different things that I do to prepare, whether it's preparing for the week ahead for my daughter or preparing for upcoming doctor's appointments. And then on top of that, preparing for my own work and career that I'm managing as well. So I think, at least for myself, like there's a calming aspect to planning and knowing that you have everything lined up, figured out. If there's any, outstanding questions or things you need to reach out to in terms of teachers or doctors, note that down, because you have so much on your plate that you will forget. I can guarantee it. Guilty. But anyways, no, I think at the end of the day, taking care of yourself, and I can't say it enough, is incredibly important, because if you go down, everyone else around you goes down. And then you are essentially no good, not just to anybody, but to that person, your special needs child or child with epilepsy, who needs you most. So I think that is what resonates most with me and keeps me going and keeps me working on myself and always try to get better, try to stay organized and make little hacks so that life is easier for you. So in closing, I just wanted to remind you today, you are doing an amazing job. Even when it feels like no one sees it, even when you're running on empty, your child does not need a perfect parent. They need you as you are, healthy and whole and human and happy. So I notice, and I think I've mentioned this before, my daughter, I have 3 daughters, but my daughter with special needs responds best to me and is in the best mood when I'm coming from a place where I'm in my best mood and I'm calm and I'm rested. So take care of you, because your well-being matters. You deserve peace too. So thank you for spending time with me today. If this episode spoke to someone or spoke to you, or you think of someone who needs to hear this, please share it. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, there's another parent out there who needs our help, so please share.